Hello and welcome to Scottish Car Enthusiasts and Trains TV, and it's part 2 of our Bring Back Max Power series, where we're continuing to look at the September 1999 edition of Max Power magazine. So why are we bringing back Max Power? Well, it's quite simple. In just over a month's time, we'll be attending the Max Power reunion show on the 23rd of July 2023. Where you can expect to see cars from Peugeot Ecos, Max Power era cars, Jamie Shaw from Charisma, Project 2000, a pink Ford Escort RS 2000 owned by RS Jamie, should be there as well. I mentioned Jamie Shaw. You'll also see, what else will we see? DJ Richie Don as well. If you want to know anything about the Max Power reunion show and how to exhibit your car or how to attend, then check out the Max Power reunion show on Instagram and follow the links to the website from there. You can also purchase merchandise like air fresheners, t-shirts, lanyards, possibly keyrings as well, and stickers for the back of your car. So without much further ado, let's get back into this edition of Bring Back Max Power. And we kick off with a new car, the Honda S2000. So this came out in came out in 1999 or early 2000. I can't remember. I'm guessing it was 1999. So this is a Honda S2000 with 237 brake horsepower. It redlines all the way up to 9,000 RPM, 150 mile an hour. Max Power ask, is this the end of a turbocharger? So we've already sort of went over the performance figures. Engine-wise, it was a 1997cc 16-valve twin-cam VTEC with a 6-speed manual gearbox, limited slip differential and rear-wheel drive. And you could pick up one of these brand new for £28,000. So moving over, we've got an advert for Mobile One oils. Keep your GTIs on the ball. Just an advert for Red X here. Don't panic. The ban on leaded petrol that comes in next year won't be as bad as you think. We've read a book. So now we know. So, what cars will take unleaded? All cars made after 1992, so your Citroen AX GT, Ford Escort XR3i, XR2, 205 GTI 16, Golf Mark 1 except a 1.1 model with engine code GG8, Golf Mark 2 except a 1.8i 16 valve, Vauxhall Astra GTE 1.8, Vauxhall Cavalier 4x4 and a Vauxhall Nova. And there's little asterisks here next to them. It'll need your ignition reset. What cars won't take unleaded? Fiat Uno Turbo except model with engine code 146A2000, Ford Cosworth, Ford Escort RS Turbo, Renault 5 GT Turbo, Peugeot 205 GTI 1.9 and a Peugeot 405 MI16. Moving down, we've still got our nuts and bolts. Powerseeker.co.uk is a new directory for the performance car industry. If you try Saxos, then try the saxosportsclub.freeserve.co.uk. The gas-powered Vectra, which won 4 races in a row in the SRI V6 Challenge, caused a bit of a stink when it clashed with championship leader Dave Pinkney in a recent race. How not to get nicked for parking? When the council turn up to paint double yellows near your home, refuse to move your car. Paul Austin's BMW is still sitting on a clear patch of road. The yellow lines come right up to his front and rear bumpers, The council can't shift him because, well, he's not parked on double yellow lines. A bloke who gets trouser truncheons from being run over by women has been fined £100. Stephen Bartlett was caught after a nurse found she couldn't reverse out of her parking space. When she went to see what was in the car's way, she noticed the freak getting up from under the rear wheels. And the last one is, a bride strolling out of a church, bride Nadine Edwards was mildly perturbed to see the wedding car wheel spin down the road. So was her Uncle Alan, who owned the orange Amiga and was meant to be driving it. A 20-year-old thief was caught after a 90-mile-an-hour chase and faced a different kind of reception. September's Knob, Top Gun from Parts of Desire 42. And Olivia says, I like the red tip. It looks like it's just been spanked. Caressing the dimples gives me great pleasure. And we move on to the Max Power Babes. Now, as always we say, this was the culture back in the day of Max Power magazine. And first of all, we've got Jo Guest. Jo Guest was a popular page 3 model back in the 90s. Unfortunately, she suffers from fibromyalgia now and is quite ill with it, I believe. And then we have Jakki Degg. This is our first look at Jakki Degg. Max Power's gorgeous star babe on her first ever shoot. And Jakki Degg was a popular model with car magazines, and you can find her now DJing. She's now known as DJ Jakki Degg. And we've got our adverts from Smoking Causes Heart Disease. Cop Watch back in 1999. You had to watch out if you were in Pickering for a dark blue Rover 600. Patrols the Pickering to Scarborough Road. Let's go for Bury. A white Mondeo patrols the Bury side or Bury side of Greater Manchester. Let's go for Liverpool. A Dolphin Grey BMW 3 Series patrols Switch Island area on Aintree, the Maghill border. And in Sheffield, you have a dark green Vauxhall Amiga patrols the Sheffield Parkway. So what were we playing computer games wise back in 1991? F1 World GP2 on the Nintendo 64. And what were we listening to in 1999? So we've got the Chemical Brothers and Surrender, various Urban Essentials, the future of R&B, this incredible, the sound of Joe Wiley, and 21st Century Rock. Matt Paint misbehaving, Matt Neal, touring car driver and amateur body painter, spending his winnings wisely, having won £250,000 for becoming the first privateer to win a BTCC. He can now afford to indulge his passion, painting girls. He started in the traditional manner of using a canvas, but soon got rid of that when he discovered the joys of slapping paint all over naked women. And then we have Pico or award-winning quality exhausts. And where in Scotland could you buy with a Pico exhaust? So you've got Auto Image in Edinburgh, Auto Image in Glasgow, Auto Parts Performance in Hamilton, Connoisseur in Edinburgh, Checkpoint in Aberdeen, DA Auto Parts in Dumfries, Drivers Accessories in Glasgow, S-Sport in Alloa and Dunfermline, Falkland Performance in Glenrothes, GT Tyres in Fours, Motec in Livingston Stirling, Motorsport in Dundee, Motorspeed in Ayr, Sports Tune in Edinburgh, The Lay-By in Ayr and Wheelspin in Edinburgh. And moving on, We've got the real GTI. The new Seat Ibiza is what the latest Golf GTI should have been. It's 156 brake horsepower, 1.8 20-valve turbo, and it rocks. Max celebrates giving an elderly joke a home week. And we move on to our next featured car, and I think we'll have a wee look at this. So this is a Fiesta. After being told that girls enjoy a generous girth, Nathan Robinson got to work on his Fiesta. Okay, he may be misunderstood, but the results are all impressive all the same. So why don't we have a look at the tech spec on this Fiesta RS Turbo. So it's a 1986cc 4-cylinder 16-valve, System 2 conversion consisting of uprated conrods and stage-free head, SX428T high lift cam, hybrid turbo, charge cooler, 57i induction kit, Power 1 conversion kit, beige injectors, Samco hose kit, dump valve, full power engineering, stainless steel exhaust system. It's got a factory 5-speed manual with an AP racing paddle clutch. Suspension wise, it's Evo Evolution springs and shocks front and rear. It's lowered 60mm all round. Brakes are black diamond discs front and rear. Front wheels and tyres at the front are 7x16-inch board bay T's with 205/45 ZR16 Dunlop SP Sports. Rear is 9x16-inch board bay T's with 225/40 ZR16 Dunlop SP Sports. Body-wise, it's got the PSG wide arch body kit consisting of front and rear bumpers, side skirts and front and rear 3/4 wings. M3 wing mirrors, black tinted rear lenses, de-locked and debadged. Smoothed the rear tailgate with number plate relocated to boot. Mark III Astra side repeaters, clear front indicators, twin headlight conversion. Smoothed off groove and bonnet, Mondeo lower spoiler, PSG top roof spoiler painted in M3 blue. Interior wise, it's got a Chapman wheel, Momo Phantom carbon fibre effect gear knob, Momo harness pads. Ice is taken care of with an Alpine TDA-706R. Cassette head unit, Alpine CHA-1214 12-disc changer, Rockford Fosgate System 2 EPX, caliber mids, tweeters and 6x9s, MTX funder 250 times and 4200 times amps, 3 times 10-inch JL audio subs. Max power for this car, 200 brake horsepower. Max speed, 130 mile an hour. 0 to 60, roughly about 6.2 seconds. So just moving on here, you can see the sound system there. Fat people max power like Don French. Roly-poly vicar of Dibley and generally quite jollical. Robbie Coltrane. Rotund cracker star, an all-round amusing fellow. Cartman, foul-mouthed South Park fatty with a nice line in hats. Fat Harry White, Radio 1's double entendre-based walrus of love. Fat people we hate, Chris Moyles. Apparently he was the saviour of Radio 1. Vanessa Phelps. If you looked like that, you'd want to keep out of the public eye, wouldn't you? And Joe Brand. Tub of lard with red lipstick who's made a career out of 2 jokes which aren't even funny. So, that's it for part 2 of Bring Back Max Power, where we're looking at the September 1999 edition of Max Power magazine. We'll be back in a future episode of Bring Back Max Power, where we'll continue to look at this edition in the run-up to the Max Power reunion show on the 23rd of July 2023. As always, Don't forget to like and subscribe at Scottish Car Enthusiasts and Trains TV, and we'll catch you soon. Farewell.